Now cross over to Chaturanga Hapuarachi, who is standing by at the Stein Studios in Ratmalana for a comprehensive analysis of the final result of the 2019 presidential election.
The 2019 presidential election was indeed a historic incident in our country for the simple reason that this was the first time that a record number of presidential candidates took part in the 2019 presidential election. Here in front of me, you can see the 35 presidential candidates who ran for the executive presidency of our country. Now, out of the 35 candidates that you see here in front of me, several candidates, 4 candidates to be exact, were the key highlights in terms of the presidential run. Those candidates were the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa, New Democratic Front presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa, National People's Power presidential candidate Anurukumara Dissanayake, and the National People's Party presidential candidate Mahesh Senanayake. These 4 presidential candidates were the highlight of the presidential run. Apart from these 2 presidential candidates, as you are aware, 35 presidential candidates ran for office. These 2 presidential candidates were also the key highlight in the 2019 presidential election. Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa, as well as Sajith Premadasa from the New Democratic Front. Now, when people went into the polling station to cast their vote, interestingly, several people, 52% of our population voted for Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa. We are now able to see from the Sri Lanka map how these votes were divided at the election. You can see very clearly that Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa has received the votes in marked as the red color in the map, and also New Democratic Front presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa in green color. This was how the votes got divided in terms of these 2 presidential candidates. Now, after casting votes concluded yesterday at 5 p.m., we were able to release the results to you through our election coverage as well. 52% of the population had cast their vote to presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa, and thereby 6,924,255 people had voted President-elect Gotabaya Rajapaksa to be the 7th executive president of our country.